Did Eddie's guitar actually make a difference on those early Van Halen records? Today we're going to find out. But first, let's cue the music. Howdy everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a really rocking day. Now, regular viewers to my channel will know that I'm kind of a little bit into Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, just a tiny bit. So today I'm starting a new series of quick exploration videos where we dig into his tone. These are going to be just fun experiments to see where that incredible sound actually came from. The answer is his fingers, by the way. So for this first video, I'm doing a quick exploration of whether Eddie Van Halen's guitars actually made a difference to the tone we all know and love from those classic Van Halen records, especially the first album. Now, I'm not trying to recreate Eddie's exact tone, that brown sound. That's not the aim of this video today. This is about understanding what matters and how much the guitar itself contributed in a real musical context. And for consistency, I'll be using the exact same signal chain throughout. My custom Plexi, my Fetaplex boost, and my load box and impulse response setup. All exactly the same. The only variable is the guitar. Legend says that Eddie used his Ibanez destroyer for most of the rhythm parts and his Frankenstrat for certain moments, especially with anything involving the whammy bar, eruption, etc. Right? You can't do that on one of these. But you know what? We're also going to throw in a couple of wildcards just for the absolute fun of it. All right, let's check out the guitars and the signal chain, and then let's rock. First guitar I'm going to try out is this TOKAI Explorer. This is such a great guitar. Huge body, mahogany, and wonderful neck on this, and this sounds big. The pickup on this is a 70s Maxon. It's a Super 70s. It's actually from 1973. It's actually made on my actual birthday, the day I was born. That's why I have this pickup. Anyways, that's the combination that I'm gonna try first. We cannot do a Van Halen video without Frankenstrat. This is my custom built Frankenstrat. I built it, I think, about 5 or 6 years ago now. It's awesome, very heavy northern ash body and maple neck and fretboard. Kind of EVH'd it in that I modified it to my own specs. Yeah. So the pickup in here is by my friends over at Tone Rider. It's a PAF. It's an Alnico tube, and it sounds so wonderful. It has that vintage PAF vibe to it. Love this pickup. Let's check out this guitar. This guitar sounds unreal. I love playing this guitar. So here's the first curveball. Yeah, my vintage V100 AFD Les Paul style guitar. Now, why have I chosen this? Well, Eddie was famous for using Les Pauls for some years before the band Van Halen really took off. So I figured, you know what, let's try my Les Paul. Now, this pickup here is very, very special. It was built by my very good friend Chris over at Heavy Horse Pickups. It is absolutely insanely cool. It is basically a Gibson style pickup, a Dirty Fingers style pickup. You're going to see a full video on this really, really soon. But I wanted to see what this would sound like and if I could kind of Van Halen with this guitar. So let's plug it in. Let's give it a whirl. I think it'll sound cool. And here's the second curveball. Yeah, WOLFGANG. I love this guitar. So cool to play. Fantastic neck, amazing body. This is kind of like Les Paul meets Telecaster meets Strat meets Super Strat meets who knows what. But such an amazing design. Obviously Eddie designed it. I thought, you know what, let's just throw this one in just for kicks and giggles. It has another pickup by my friends over at Tone Rider. This is the Tone Rider Panama pickup, and this is one of my absolute favorite pickups ever. Love this pickup. Just go buy this pickup, trust me, I have lots of them. But anyways, this is going to be cool because that pickup there is a hotter output. So let's see how that fares, and let's see if it does that vintage Van Halen thing. Let me show you my signal chain. So my guitar is plugged into this pedal here. This is my Fetaplex pedal. This is basically the preamp section of an Echoplex delay. And Eddie used the Echoplex delay, well, just a preamp to boost his amps. Well, that's what legend says. Anyways, this goes straight into the input on my KHE, which is the 8x4. This is an amazing unit. It routes my signal to my various amps, and then that's sending the signal to my custom Plexi. And the settings on my Plexi, everything at 10. Now I do have some special tricks on here. So down here I have my EVH switch. It's set to EVH1. That's the EVH fat cap. Now my amp basically goes to my load box, and then the load box is going into my DAW, and then I'm running an impulse response, which I'll show you on the screen right now. And it is my Greenback 1 and 2 combo, which I really like the sound of. So I'm just using that. I'm not going for the brown sound as per the album, but just, you know, that kind of Marshall on the edge of blowing up a vibe. And this certainly does that. It's a really cool setup. I like using this. Now I know that all of these guitars have different pickups, and I did that on purpose. They represent what those guitars would typically have had loaded in them at the time. This isn't a pickup comparison today. I'll be doing a straight pickup comparison in a future episode, so stay tuned for that. Alrighty, now you know what I'll be using. I'll play the same riff, Van Halen inspired of course, same pickup position, same settings, and we'll see if the guitar actually makes a difference. First we'll hear everything in the mix, because that's where guitars actually live. That's where it matters the most, on records anyways. And then later we'll have some fun with the same riffs back to back, changing guitars every couple of bars. And to make it even more spicy, I'll play the isolated tracks so that you can judge for yourself if the guitar actually makes any difference, what the differences are, etc, etc, etc. Everything is time coded, so feel free to switch back and forth between sections. That's what this is designed for. There is no right or wrong answer here. This is just about doing some deep diving and seeing what we find. Alrighty, ready, get set, go! So what did you think? Which guitar gave you that 78 vibe the most? Let me know in the typey clicky section below. Let's take a listen to that main riff, guitars back to back, and see how much of a difference they really make. This is so much fun to do. I think we should listen to the solos as well. Don't you? Let's hear those in the mix. But before we do, if you're enjoying this video, then make sure that you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell notification, as there will be more episodes coming your way, and I want you to be the first to see them. Okay, solo time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now that's interesting. Definite differences. I felt it as well as heard it, especially while I was playing. What did you think? Okay, and finally, let's check out the isolated tracks as well. Now I've left the effects on for a reason, because hey, we're chasing after that album tone, the 78 album tone, not the exact tone, but that vibe. So the effects are really important in this as well. So I've left them on. Let's check it out. Alrighty, they are all of the tracks. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did the guitars matter more than you expected or less? Drop your thoughts in the typey below, and if you enjoyed this series, let me know what else you'd like me to explore. And remember, this is just experimentation, which is why I'm holding this, just for the fun of it. This is how we learn and understand guitar tone, or anything else for that matter. When we understand how something works, it gives us invaluable knowledge that helps us to dial things in the next time we're chasing a sound. Alrighty folks, if you enjoyed this one, you know the drill. Subscribe, hit the bell so that you don't miss future episodes. Give the video a like and a hype, and share it with your Van Halen loving friends also. It is hugely appreciated. And if you'd like to support the channel, links to my Patreon, where there are lots of extra EVH related goodies, and my Gumroad page for fractal presets, including an EVH preset. Yeah, I have one on there. Are down in the video description also. I think we should listen to a full track, don't you? Which guitar though? It can't be the Wolfgang. As much as I love this, it can't be the Wolfgang. Has to be the Explorer, right? Alrighty folks, have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon with another one. Bye for now.